Hey guys,
I'm Trey. This is Nick.
we're back again today, and today we're gonna do a story time. And we're gonna do a story time of how we met and how we started dating, because we know that a lot of people are gonna ask and a lot of people are gonna want to know, hey, how'd you guys become forever Trey and Nick? So
it took forever.
Don't say it like that. Okay, maybe.
Okay, I guess I'll let you start.
Okay, so I was a senior in high school, and I was working at a theater company, and they do like out youth theater for inner city kids, or teens, you should say, from the ages of 14 to 22. And so I have been working with them for a few years, but then my senior year, in our last audition, Trey came to audition, and when she showed up to where the audition was, it wasn't awkward or anything. Like, I honestly didn't even notice her. Like, I didn't notice her until she said something to me. But we were standing in the hallway because, was it raining?
So you skipping days? That was on the second day. Okay, guys.
Well, you want me to start?
She skipped the first day. First day, I had seen her and I had noticed her. She had noticed me. And maybe I should have started the story because, okay, I, on the other hand, was a freshman. And I joined GSA, Gay Straight Alliance, and she had given me a paper about the theater offensive, in True Colors, what she was talking about. And she was like, maybe you should audition and join. And I was like, maybe I should, right? Like, and it was raining outside. It was actually Valentine's Day. And she's on the phone with her best friend, you know. And I wasn't trying to eavesdrop, but as small as this little box was that we was in, it was not that hard to eavesdrop. So she was on the phone with her best friend, apparently, and she kept saying, Takesha, best friend, you know, jumping in between them. And I'm like, that name sounds mad familiar. You know Takesha? Mind you, I did. And I realized that also Takesha had dated my twin. And so I said to her, I was like,
this isn't her real twin. This is just another girl who like looks like her, and like in our city they call her twin. Like, people confuse them too. So
she's my twin. But anyway, so I was like, oh, you know, there's Travon, that's my twin's name. And she's like, yeah. Goes back to her phone conversation. I'm like, oh.
Cause like she just like came out of nowhere, like, do you know blase blah? And I'm looking at her like, yeah. And then went back to my conversation because it's like, why are you asking me? Like, do you know them? Like, you're clearly asking me for a reason. But I wasn't trying to be rude or nothing. I guess I came off as rude, but I normally come off as rude to people, I guess. I have, what you call it? Resting,
itch face?
Yeah.
Yeah, always resting. It's there.
Okay.
But, so that happened. And after that, we kind of like, we had to go upstairs and start rehearsal. And, I'm kind of auditions. The second half of auditions. And, when I got upstairs, I'm kind of a shy person, but I'm also a very social person. So I tend to speak and talk to people. And I was having my own conversation that she dropped her little self in on.
Okay,
we was talking about our signs, and I happened to say, I was like, yeah, I'm a Capricorn, you know, caps all day. All my Capricorns out there, much love.
Okay,
caps all day.
Pause.
Capricorns on the best.
Okay, let's just rewind a little bit. So first off, like, you have to think about this as is like, in a sense, like, I'm kind of like the one up on her because like I was a peer leader at the time. So like I was a person who's supposed to be watching her in her audition and seeing her, like, what she's doing and how she's interacting with everybody. So that's one, like, just to kind of like add that in there, even though like we weren't dating or there was nothing to that, like, she's looking at me as I'm the person above her. So everybody at this time in True Colors knows and knew that like I love astrology. Like, we talked about it all the time. Like, I always ask people what their signs are. Like, ooh, I kick it with you. Ooh, I don't kick it with you, or whatever. So I like overhear them talking about signs, and I'm like, oh, okay, like, listening. And she says she's a Cap, and like me and Caps, like, we're either like really strong together or we just hate each other completely. So when she said Cap, I was just like, ew, like, because that's a relationship that you like actually have to like think about. Like, you actually have to work on that relationship. When it comes to me as a Virgo, like, in my experiences, that's how it works for me. So it was just like, ew. And like, people could say it's a little unprofessional, but I mean,
she said ew. And my thoughts was, okay, what are you? Like, what did I do? Like, what Capricorn broke your little itty bitty heart? And she was like, no, it's not that. Capricorns are just ill. I was like, what's your sign? So she said Virgo, and I'm like, right then and there, I knew it was up. I was like, oh, that's what it is. We're love matches. You done found love not even knowing. Sitting right in front of your face.
So during all this time, she's thinking about this, but also at the same time, like, one of my closest friends at the time, like, I guess liked her or found an interest in her. So
she only know me a day. She'd only seen me the first the 2 hours that we.
So there's people who like see someone one time and they're like, "Ooh, he's cute."
Okay,
or,
but
cute.
Wait. Hear me out, guys. My eyes are on her. I've already decided.
I'm not thinking about her or anybody else. Like, I'm just thinking about work.
I decided. My decision has been made that I'm like, yo, that one, I gotta have.
So anyways, so basically the auditions end or whatever, and I'm like trying to talking to my friend about did you get her number, or like what is the situation going on, like.
And when she asked me for her number, I thought she asked me for my number for her, but I had already had the intentions of getting her number.
Okay, so I go back to school the following Monday morning, and my best friend comes up to me like, "Oh, is it okay if I give your number to Trizzy, which is her twin, so that she can give it to her friend?"
Twin. And she said, "I went through the friend."
She said twin. I'm like, her friend. I'm like, what? Like, what friend? Like, what are you talking about? So then she lets it go, and then later on that day, she's like, "Oh, let me give me your number so I can give to Trizzy." So I'm like, "Okay, me and Trizzy's cool. She can have my number." Trizzy comes up to me at the end of the school day, and she's like, "Oh, I gave your number to my twin. I hope that's okay. Your best friend gave it to me." I'm like, "Oh my god, who did you guys give my number to?"
Y'all don't know how hard I worked for this number. Okay, wait. So I first came home. I hit up Twin. I'm like, "Yo, Twin, do you know Nicole?" She's like, "Yeah, I know Nicole." I'm like, "Oh, word? How you know?" She already know. I already know the answers, but I'm just trying to, And I'm like, "Yeah, I met her. I want a number." She's like, "You want Nicole's number? You want Nicole's number? You want a number? How you gonna go about getting a number?" I was like, "Well, damn, you Twin hooked me up, like put me on." She's like, "Nicole's number. All right, I'm gonna ask because So I'm like, all right. I then go and I realize I know her best friend, Keisha, childhood friend or whatever. I hit up to Keisha. I'm like, "Keisha, what's good with your best friend? Put me on." I was just trying to get put on whichever way. Then, okay, y'all can consider stalking. I'll take it as stalking. I tell her all the time, I stalked you. I found her Facebook and inboxed her myself.
No, it wasn't Facebook. It was Twitter.
Twitter too.
Okay, first it was Twitter for me. Like, that's when I realized, because I got an inbox on Twitter. And I'm like, what? And so I had gotten an inbox on Twitter from you, but you lost your phone. Mm-hmm. Then she lost her phone, and
I don't know how nervous I was. I hadn't even caught my call back from auditions. But it wasn't the auditions. I don't know how to explain it. Like, I would have been okay if I didn't get in True Colors, but I would have been less okay if I didn't get her number. I had already said I wanted this girl, and when I lost my phone, my first thought was, damn, how am I gonna talk to? How am I supposed to know if I got her number or not? I don't have a phone.
So I had got the inbox the same day that she inboxed me on Twitter is the same day that she lost her phone. So I got her inbox on Twitter, and I'm just like, okay. And I look at the picture, and I'm like, how the heck did she find my Twitter? I let it go. I'm just like, you know what? Maybe it's because we're in Troop. Maybe she found out. I thought she had already gotten the phone call that she got into Troop. So I'm like, oh, maybe that's why she added me. Go back to Troop, still nothing. When we went back to Troop, you just didn't say anything. And then after you got your phone back, once you got your phone back, did I call you?
No, I'm gonna tell you what happened with that. I got her number. My twin was right. She gave me the number. As soon as I got the number, I texted her. I went. It was to my brother. I was like, "Let me use your phone. Just let me."
That's what it was. You did call me or text me off your brother's phone.
And we texted. First time texting, we texted all night. I don't care what she says. She talked to me all night.
I don't remember all night, but I know it was probably all night.
It was all night. At least until I fell asleep. That's the last person I spoke to when I went to sleep.
Yeah.
And I remember her telling me, you're a sweet talker. You're gonna be a problem for me, aren't you?
Yeah, like, I used to call her Trouble. I'm like, you're trouble, because, like, I was a senior in high school, and I was getting ready to go to college. Like, I wasn't thinking about being in a relationship. Like, I wasn't thinking about long-term. So it was just, like, when she came along, like, it literally was, like, I wasn't looking for love, and love, like, dropped right in front of my lap. Like, it was crazy. And then, like, how we started dating, like, I gave her run for her money. I did. I truly did. Like, I really did give her run for her money, just for the simple fact that, like, I was going to school, and, I don't know, like, I just didn't think that we would be what we are today. So we would have troop on Tuesdays and Thursdays for like 3 hours, and so like after that, she would be like, you want to come over? Or I would just go over, and her mom like loved me, and I mean, that's kind of like how we started like kicking it and like kind of just like being us. And it was crazy because at work, like, nobody would have ever thought that we were talking.
All because of her. Me, you catch me staring at her. I didn't think it was creepy. I still to this day think she's the most beautiful woman I have ever seen.
Stop.
She just melts everything inside of me, even when we first met. Like, it's just like, she's smart, she's beautiful, she has so much passion in everything she does, and that alone had my mind blown. Like, how do I end up with you?
So fast forward to, I guess like March, April. I like stopped talking to her. I was like, we can't do this.
Broke my itty bitty little heart. I'm like, she's about to start that, cause she has a habit of hitting me with, I can't do this, and then I hit her with, you're not going anywhere. Like, I like you. She just couldn't see the amazingness. But yes, that is how we met.
Just if you guys haven't kept up, we met in February. We started talking at the end of February. By March, you know, she was smooth talking. We was good. We was sealing. By April,
she was done.
I was, you know, done. I was like, nah, we should keep it clean. Like, you know, we could be friends. She wasn't trying to have that. So, in the end of May, at our second to last show, you know, not thinking anything of it, I walk up to her. I'm like, oh, hi. You know, she's saying hi to people. You know, can I have
not just saying hi to people.
I was like,
torturing me.
Can I have a hug? I gave her a hug, smiled, you know, did what it did.
But before this, she hadn't really spoken words to me.
So it was our last show, and after hugging her or whatever, we
messing up my lines.
We're on stage, and I'm like nailing my lines. She starts stuttering. I try to save her, and it just didn't work. Like, she tries, but she still stutters. And basically, we come to the kiss, and we kissed, and it was like, for me, it was like everything that I've ever felt for her, like, rushed through my body. Like, my leg, like, my foot went up. Like, I grabbed behind her neck. Like, it was intense. It was the kiss that our director, like, wanted. Like, he was like, yes, passion.
I don't think anybody in the audience even realized how real that kiss was for us. Like,
cause that was kind of like for us, like that, like for me, like in my heart, like that is a moment that, like, I said, like, I'm her forever, like she's my forever. And I don't know if that was a moment for her, but for me, like, somewhere I was like, I don't know, like, what this feeling in my stomach is, but I just know it feels great, and I only feel it with her. So that was that. So that opened up our journey of love together, and I went to school, and she was there, and we were long distance for a while, and that worked out. But yeah, that's how we met and how we started dating. That's us.
Yep.
That's Trey and Nick.
But we're out of here, guys.